Well, how's everybody doing? Got a question. Well, let me give you a background of what came to this question. I was driving around delivering, transporting patients to their destinations of basically this job that I have of medical transportation, usually from the hospitals to hospice or probably to their home. Most of them have DNRs, do not resuscitate orders. So, it's kind of a job that it's morbid in one aspect, but it's joyful in another because if as I play the music, it gives them hope of what's waiting on the other side. Well, um, as I was driving, I saw the sign that says, "I love my church." So that got me to thinking, what do you love about your church? Um, there's that's a question that it says, is there something special about your church that makes it unique to every other church? So I that got me into thinking to go back to Matthew chapter 25 at verse 31. It's 31 through 46. At verse 31 it says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep and the goats. Jesus had said, my sheep know my voice, and they do what I tell them to do. Okay? So we get that, put that in there. He will put the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. And then the king will say to those on the right, come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and gave you something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. And then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry, feed you, or thirsty and gave you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, and needed clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go visit you? It says, the king will reply, truly I will tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of my brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. And then he will say to those on the left, now he's talking to the goats, depart from me, you who are cursed, and into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me. They will also answer, Lord, when we did see you or thirsty, a stranger, needing clothes, sick or in prison, and did not help you? He will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. And then they will go away into eternal punishment but the righteous to eternal life. All right. So Jesus is basically telling them this is the plan of the church to feed the hungry, clothe the needy, give drink to the thirsty, uh, take care of the sick, and visit those in prison. Right? Well, if your church is not doing that, at least one of those things, so is your church social club. Now people says, "Oh, that offends me." Would you? I would rather offend you into righteousness to go to heaven than to flatter you into hell. Now that's the correctional officer talking to me, since I'm a retired corrections officer, and I don't mince words. I do not sugarcoat anything. So you can munch on that for a little bit. Be blessed, people.